Hello, hello, welcome. So today we're doing some utility roles. Excuse me, I double checked my notes and I've decided I'm going to make a bit of a tweak to the design again, especially because one of the roles that I'm making today is for someone who has one of my first edition roles. And they've, given me their thoughts on the role that they have. So, what I'm going to do is they would like black textured floral. Outside, and then they want the skulls and tentacle pattern on the inside. Okay. Okay, so now I also need to figure out what dimensions I'm going to be using exactly. So one of their requests was to have a slightly wider roll because one of my first editions, I think I was using 3/4 of an inch about for each slab, for each pocket. I have since then gotten it up to 1 inch wide, and I think that's about right. At least for most pens and pencils, brushes, etc. I need to turn this down a little bit. It's a little too distracting for me. So, I originally had it. We're gonna switch to pencil for this. I originally had it 11 wide, and then I would do about 13 tall. But I found that having the pockets almost 8 inches deep was a little much for most pens. And plenty of pencils, like once you use them a bit. Speaking of which, I need to sharpen this. So I think I'm actually gonna flip it. That way I can have the pockets about 6 inches deep. And then we're gonna do 13 inches wide. So we're keeping that same square that we cut out before. And then we're gonna do 11 inches tall. And we're gonna shoot for about a 5-inch. No, that was a little too short. Let's go up to, there's 6 inches. So we'll put the circular at 7. Okay, so this is going to look more we're doing math. Oh, hey! Thank you so much for that subscription. I'm sorry, I haven't been, I got a cool little emote for that. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I've been, oh my gosh, 2 months. Good morning, everyone. I've been, I'm doing math right now. Trying to make sure that I've got the final design for this right. Because there were a couple issues that I found while I was making more of them. So we are working on correcting this. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be that. And then we'll do a curve up this way. It will probably need to be a little bit bigger than that. We might have to extend it up an inch or two there. And then each one is gonna be another, can you like not, excuse me. Blizzy, move. Go, come on, cat, down. Get down, down. I say down. Jeez Louise, kitty. All right, oh my gosh, all the bits. Thank you. I want to make sure I'm getting this right because I don't want to keep screwing it up. I know I'm super close to getting the exact thing down that I want to do. I'm actually kind of thinking, what if I do 1 1/4? Because then even with thicker pens and brushes, you can actually still, it still has a bit of movement around it. Now I won't get as many out of it, but that'll still be probably about 10 or so. Because I also have to account for about a 1/2 inch total seam allowance. It's actually closer to an inch seam allowance. but I want to make these pockets wide enough that the, like whatever you put in them, like after you close it up, the fabric around it has room to move around, so it's not difficult to roll up and transport. And you're not in, everything's not so tight that you're in danger of damaging something. Like if you have a delicate pen in there, or not necessarily a delicate pen in there, but a pen that you don't want to break. It's not going to be like squeezing it, possibly taking off like the, whatever that thing is called. The clip. Sorry, I'm thinking in maths right now, not words. I'm going to use a calculator because calculators make things easier. 12 divided by 1 1/4 is just over 9.5. Well, then there could always be like a little one. And it's not actually necessarily going to be perfect anyways, because my way of marking it is slightly flawed. Unfortunately, there's not really a way for me to more accurately mark on the outside of the fabric so you can erase it. So that's where that comes in a little bit more difficult, because if I could just mark it with a pencil, then no problem, it would be super straight, accurate lines, very close to where it's actually supposed to be. I could be even more precise with it. But I can't do that because I can't erase the pencil. I've tried chalk, which works almost as good if you can get it, like the point of it sharp enough. The problem with that is that it's really hard to do so, and you have to get the chalk off, which can be almost as much of a pain in the ass as anything else. In addition, I've taken to soapstone for all of my marking because it comes off really cleanly. It's pretty smooth to apply, especially on these newer fabrics that I've been getting, which kind of promote that clean mark. It's working really well, so I want to stick with that, but it's not necessarily the easiest to get on these fabrics very precisely. So there's always going to be a little bit of variation in where the seam line is when I sew it, because I try to keep in mind where the mark is and where the actual mark should be as I'm sewing. That's why I'm not necessarily always completely on the marked line. I might go off slightly or be sewing in the middle where a piece of the mark was missing because the soapstone couldn't connect with the fabric. So I try to take all of that into account, but the smaller of an item you're working on, the more exaggerated those little tiny differences are in the final product. And I'll get there, just need to figure it out. Alright. Okay, so that's essentially the plan. We're going to attempt this with the dinosaur fabric first and see how that goes. And then I'm going to do the custom one because I don't have as much of that fabric, and if I screw up the dinosaur's utility roll, I can just make another one after I've figured it out. That's the plan. Alright, let's do this shit. y'all ready? We're gonna fucking do this. Oh, coffee, why? Oh, that was painful. Oh, all right. Let's see what we have here. I apologize for all that coughing. My coffee went down the wrong way. Rude. All right. So this one actually is 11 inches wide, and it's the way I want the pattern to be. So we're gonna make this one 11 inches wide because that was the original plan anyways. Oof. Coffee wide. I was overzealous. I know it. It's always the worst part. All right. Whew. Now, maybe I should do it this way. Actually, let's do this first. Before we start cutting anything, I'm gonna look at it this way. It's not even 11 inches wide. I don't even think this would work very well the other way. All right. I'm gonna have to move you. There. All right. I have to remember for seam allowance at the bottom. Do not forget, that's the seam allowance there. Where are we? Here's where it's at. Okay. So that'll end up being 9 pockets. Just about 9 pockets. Now we're gonna need to follow the 11. This is why. I need to pull this down like that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's the way we're gonna have to do it. All right, let's do this. Makes things so much easier. Did you see that? That was beautiful. I'm really, really happy with that line. All right. Now, recently I was adding in a layer of that, the internal stuff. I never remember what it's called. But I don't think I'm going to do that because it didn't actually seem to be adding very much to it. Except for a little bit of stiffness, and I'm not even entirely sure I liked that. So we're gonna go back to this. Hey, buddy. All right, I guess I'm not sitting. at least for now. I also need to find some more dino. Fine. Like I don't have it laying all around here, jeez. More dino fabric. We said we're gonna make it a 6-inch long pouch. So we're gonna put this about 7 inches. Okay, so we are going to want to keep it probably at about 13 inches tall. We're just going to want to make it wider, which is where things get a little bit complicated, but we can work with it. 13 by 13 is probably perfect. Maybe we'll have to do 12 by 12 or 13 by 12. No, we're going to have to keep this size. Yeah. Pretty sure we're going to end up having to keep this size just for the simple fact that it's too big. I literally do not have the proper tools to make it any bigger. Really. Well, shit. Oh, we're back now. That's great. Yay! Just gotta hold on, apparently. I fucking hate this computer. I hate technology. Can we just say that? Not a fan. Alright, so one thing about this is that it's crooked. I don't like that. So here I am, trying to make it better. That helped at all. No! It's fine. This is why I end up getting frustrated. Because it wasn't perfect. And now I see it. I see it right here. Should be down there. But this is better. And I can always fix that. Because I do have 2 seam allowances that I have to add in. So it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's gonna bug me, but it's fine. All right. So that's done. This needs to be flat, Stanley. Sorry about that, folks. It only matters when it's a finished product. Exactly. This is why I don't like circles, though. Because I can see that they're not perfect, and it bugs me. It bugs me so much. And they're so hard to get perfect, too. Alright. That's done. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna need my chair back. Like, now. I mean, it's cool if you're sitting in the chair when I'm not using it, but I do need it back now. No, it's not bath time. It's time for you to move. Fucking, of course. It's really, I fucking hate technology. Well, apparently my connection is spotty today, so you can just hang out and it'll reconnect when it's ready, I guess. So this is gonna be the outside. This is going to be the inside. And first, I need to sew this down so there's a thing there. And it'll be nice and flat and purty. And then we're going to do the lines into it. It sounded bad. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Where cat? My big baby. Sweet boy. Here's a sweet cat. Excuse me, it was Scritch's break time. Making the transition from having my chair all to himself to being kicked out a little less mean. Alright. There we go. He even warmed my seat for me. It's beautiful. Alright. Yay. Okay. There we go. Everybody say hello, Fred. Hello, Fred. Welcome to the stream. We're going this morning, Fred. Are you ready? First line of the day looks great, Fred. This is a good sign. You look like you have a full bottom bobbin. Pretty sure you have a pretty full top bobbin. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. get into the meat of it. Alright, let's freaking do this. To the mat so it doesn't actually move, because that would be the bad thing, is if it moved. So the thing is if I'm putting the lines in and the chalk is coming out slightly to one side, which it will, at the very least, if I continue along that same pattern and it doesn't move and the chalk is coming out the same way on every side, then more than likely I'm going to continue to have the correct lines, or at least spacing for lines, right? That makes sense. I think it makes sense at least. Makes sense to me. So we're going with it. What I need to do, sharpen this down a little bit. Whew. Alright, excuse me, I need to use a knife, and I can't do that on stream. Alright, so I carved away my, it's kind of hard to see here, carved away my soapstone to make kind of a chisel point, in hopes that I'll be able to kind of dig in there. You can kind of see it there. So I can dig in and get a more precise line. This is my hope. We'll see if it works. Aha, one problem. Cannot see the bottom lines. Okay. I'm going to align it here. On this side. There. Yes. Okay, there we go. Oh, geez. It's off again. Goodness gracious. This is a mess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. Oh boy. I kind of feel targeted. Wait, should I do 1 or 1 1/4? Oh no. Shoot. It doesn't look wide enough. I'm gonna say no. We're going up to 1 1/4. So really there's only like 8. One's kind of small, one's kind of big. That's all I got though. No, that one needs to be big because that's what side the thing's on. Yeah, okay. So that's what we're doing. are. That one's done. Now we are going to go around the outside. I'm gonna attach this here. In fact, I think I'm gonna use this as the top because this has the most parts least likely to be included. Yeah. Yep. All right. So now we're gonna pin it. Both parts together. You might notice that I'm not putting the tag on already. I'm not going to be using sew-in tags for this. I'm actually going to be using iron-on tags since the ones that I seem to have now are like way stronger, it appears. And they go on a lot faster and easier. I'm going to start using those and see how that works for this. Because that was basically my entire problem last time, getting the one not right, was because I only had part of the tag showing, which isn't ideal.
How did you do that? How did you do that? Did you think it was...
All right. Slow and steady. There's no rush. giving myself a helping hand right now. I'll put a line down the bottom.
How did you do that?
Because that one is going to be difficult to be straight. But now, I got it. You ready, Fred? Let's do this shiz. Next, all the little triangles. There. I guess I'm going to try this and see what it does. entirely believe that'll work. At least not as I intended it to. But we shall see. Not bad. I'll keep it. Alright. I have to clip this. That looks pretty darn good. Alright. look at what we got here, folks. Pretty happy with this. Yes. It looks good. Let's see about pockets. Look at that. Then 2, pretty well. Like how much it latches over. See, that looks good. Just need to add in my label right there. And it'll be done. Alright, so we're gonna use the same exact model for the rest of them, I think. Because I'm happy with that. Alright. And I'm actually going to wait for that for the other one to be done. Hello, hello, welcome. You are just in time to see the finished product that I just finished making. What's this? So pretty. That's gonna go in the mail today. Now I'm gonna make another one with different fabric. Alright, so I need to grab everything. Nice timing on your part. You'll be here only an hour. You're playing D&D in 2 hours. That's awesome! Yay for player not DM. That's great. Alright, where is this fabric? We're going to be using some of this today. And then dark textured floral. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Just gonna look at my fabric gallery real quick to make sure I'm looking at the right one. That one. Hold, please. And this. That's what we're doing today. Alright. And because I think it looks really good together, I'm going to go ahead and while I'm doing this, I'm going to make a tray, I think. I'm going to make a tray. Yeah. Why the heck not? Alright, so we're going to do this. That. Alright, let's get to cutting. Actually, how wide is that? I think I'm gonna switch to black. Black thread for this. Tray. That could make a really good bag. It's like the perfect size for a bag already. This, on the other hand, it's almost the same size as the offcut fan. Look at that, that's perfect. All right. And a tray. Alright. I'm gonna put you down for a little bit, Fred. Hello everybody. Oh my gosh, I have not been paying attention. Hello, welcome. We already finished the dyno utility roll, and we are moving on to the custom one. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and do a tray in the same fabrics, just because I try to do stuff like that. Try to go ahead and make more than one thing at once. Now the focus is obviously going to be the the utility roll. However, I'm going to go ahead and prep the tray and work on the tray after the utility roll, because since I'm already cutting the fabric for it, why the heck not? And I always like finishing up with something enjoyable after doing something a little bit more difficult. Just to feel like I not only accomplished what I needed to that day, but I also did something that made me happy too. Now here's the question. I think I already know the answer though, so never mind. I'm not going to ask the question because then I'm just going to start second guessing myself. So this is going to be on the outside, and when you open it up, this is going to be on the inside. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the pocket in this because it'll pop a little bit more and it'll be easier to see on the inside where the pocket is. So that's what we're going to do. All the little fuzzies. All the little fuzzies. Wait, I turned this off. Silly. right? Call that about beautifully even. So we're going with it. There we go. Go into black thread. You're all ready, Freddie. Oh, right. This is why I went into black thread first, because I need to do this, of course. Now, we'll put you back on the back burner, Fred. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. All right, and this time I'm actually going to start at 1.5 because that way I can add in a little bit of extra seam allowance space on this side, and there's not going to be quite as big of a difference in the one on this side, on the pocket on this side to the pocket on this side. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel like it's a good plan. Oh, don't forget. There we go. Better. And we begin. A lot easier to see on this one overall. There we go. I feel like that's a lot more even. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with this so far. All right. Come here, Fred. Go. Hey, Fred, you ready for this? Let's do it. switch you over. Back on this shit. Move over, we're gonna turn it over, I should say, to this side. All the layers as it does. Pretty damn straight line. Just gotta get above that line. So I'm gonna keep that as my guideline. I'm actually going to use cream on this because I think it'll pop well. Yeah. All right. One more time. Come on, Fred, you got it. There. thread. Hope that I made these wide enough. And then the pinking shears around the outside seemed to work pretty well last time, so we're going to try it again this time because that was a lot easier than doing all of the tiny little fucking triangles. Fuzz sitting there itching me. It was tickling. This one's a little tight. That's what she said. Beautiful. Yes, okay. We are happy with this. I'm definitely happy with this. And each thing seems to be a pretty good size, even before I put in the outside stitch. Looks like it'll be perfect. Alright. And actually, that's behaving really well, so I'm not even gonna pin it. It's it's Stanley. Stanley. So I can say make it flat, Stanley. Because, yeah. Yeah. Okay, this time I'm going to put this one up because you're not going to be able to see the seams very well on this side, but you will be able to see it a little bit better on this side. So that's what we're going to do. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, perfect. I'm very happy with this. Yay! Alright. Let's get these marks off the middle. And here I thought Stanley was a play on Stanley Steamer. No, it's actually a Black & Decker. And I don't use the steam setting. It's hot enough for steam, but I don't actually put water in it for steam. Alrighty. So that's ready to go. Very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Let's put it over here so you can see it. Got all the pockets. And yeah. Folds down. I'm gonna put my label right there. Can't decide if I want to put it this way or this way. I think I'm gonna put it this way so that it's right here when you're looking at it like that. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Okay, so I've got this one ready to go and this one ready to go. Now before I turn my iron back on, it is not even noon yet. I'm gonna go ahead and look at that, they're even the same size. This one's a little bit thinner, but that's because of the cut. I'm going to go ahead and get the tray prepped because I need to put a label on that before I do too much sewing to it. So I'm going to start on the tray, and then I'm going to put labels on all of these at the same time, finish up the tray, cut stream, pack, and ship. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. And that way I can get all of this out today as well. Yay! So just saying, if you have your eye on something and you would like to get it before Christmas and you live in, or before Hanukkah's over and you live in the U.S., the continental U.S., you can buy it right now on my website and I will ship it to you today, and it can get there before Christmas or Hanukkah is over. I'm not sure about Kwanzaa. I'm not entirely sure what dates of any other religious holidays are, but you can get it. You can get it by the end of by about midweek next week. So you know, whatever holiday you're celebrating, or you know, treat yourself. You have until my stream ends, essentially, to do that. And then whatever orders I have, I'm going to go ahead and pack up and get them out today. Tell you what, I felt so... It was so fun to drop off so many packages to the post office this morning. It felt amazing. tray inside out. It's definitely going to be the inside. Just the outside. We're going to put black snaps on this too. All right. Now I need 1, 2, 3. I told my husband I did not need 4 more keychain bags and he laughed at me. So I told him I only bought 2. I love you, girl. Alright. This is why I end up wearing my hair in braids. My hair is all staticky and it's getting everywhere. Alright. So, we need to cut these out. You're so funny. I think you have the most extensive collection of my stuff out of anybody I know. Which is really freaking cool for me, at least. Man, I am in the zone today. I'm not feeling very chatty at all. But that's okay, because I'm getting like a lot of stuff done today. I'm rocking and rolling it. I think I might have to erase the... See, I feel like I should raise the price on my utility rolls because they take so long for me to do. But that's also because I'm still learning and working out the kinks in the design. So I also feel like since everyone's different and I haven't perfected it, I should keep it kind of low. I don't know. I'm having issues here. Pricing is always like the hardest part of anything. Making anything. Because you don't want to overvalue what you're making or charge too much. But you don't want to charge too little. Especially because people get used to that price range and then that's what they look at. And then if you have to raise your prices later, it sucks. I've been slowly raising mine here and there though, as I've gotten better at figuring out what everything actually costs to make. Just a swipe. All right. And we're done. Well, we're done with that. We're done with this one. I really hope they like it. Done with this one. Now we're ready for the next step on our tray. one more seam. You can do it, Fred. I believe in you. The back of my heel on my chair, and it doesn't feel good. Oh, come on, we're almost done, Fred. See, look, we're done. See? All done. Good job today, Fred. He didn't start complaining until the very end. Did you see that? Got the notification for a low bobbin right as I was finishing off the edge of that seam. And that was the last seam for this morning, at least. This afternoon, I get to start in on some Christmas presents for my nieces and my daughter, and I'm very excited about it because that means, like, everything that I have gotten done, everything that I needed to get done this week, and that is awesome, and I'm so stoked about that. Feels really good after a week from literal hell to go to, you know, getting everything done. All I have to do is pack up the 2 things that I finished earlier today and send them to the post office. That's all of my stuff for the week. Woo woo! Now, it is time for snaps. Aha, there it is. Sorry. I was looking for stuff. All right, Snappus, you ready? It's your time to shine, buddy. What do we have? We got innies in. So let's do innies first. Alrighty, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have an awesome evening. This is just about done, and I'm going to be wrapping up too. I appreciate you. And we are done. Beautiful. So, we got this pretty little tray done. Gonna get a few pictures of it, and then it's gonna go up on my website for sale as a pre-made item. I've got these 2 utility rolls finished, and those are gonna be sent out, once I get pictures, of course, they're gonna be sent out to their buyers. And yeah, that will be all for me this week as far as production goes. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I really do enjoy your company. I hope you have an awesome day. I'm going to go ahead and sign out here. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye.